Right, this video is going to be about plugging up the desk and connecting it to the amplifier and then it coming out through the speakers. So here you can see I'm plugging in at the back of the desk. I'm plugging in the output 15 and output 16, which is the main left and right. I'm just going to go to the amps, and so you can see how that connects up at the back of the amps as well. And I'm just coming into input 1, so that's out of 15 on the desk and into input 1. And then out of 16, which is the right channel, going to input 2 on the back of the amplifier. And I'm now just going to move on to the speakon, which is just on the left hand side there. As you can see, it's just on the left as you look. You just need to pull back that pin and then twist clockwise. So that's the left output going to the speaker. So output 1 and input 1 correspond with each other. And I'm just about to plug the right hand side in, but end up plugging it into the bridge by accident. Oops. As you can see, I just need to move that over to output 2, which is the right hand side, so it's like the front house right. So output 1 is front house left, and then output 2 is front house right. I've got a slightly shorter one. Cable running to output 1 as the left speaker is closer, and then a slightly longer cable running to output 2, which is running to the far speaker on the other side. So as I turn the speaker around, I'm just trying to show you the back of the speaker where you can plug in there. Basically, I'm just trying to show you that the input and the link, it doesn't matter which one you plug into because there isn't an input and a link marked on the back of this speaker. So basically, it doesn't matter if you plug in either or. I've now just forgot the cable, and I'm just running it over to the other side to plug in the far one. And you could use either the input or the link for linking speakers together if you wanted to. It wouldn't matter which one you plugged it into, as long as you plugged it coming in, say output 1 out the amp, going to the first speaker, and then link from that speaker out to the other speaker. But for these purposes, I'm just going straight from the amp. So the one I've just plugged in is the front house left, which is output 1 on the back of the amp, and the other one is output 2 on the back of the amp, which is the front house right. So that's front house right, output 2 on the back of the amp. Now I'm just going to uncover the desk, and then we're going to switch on the desk first. So I'm just going to show you around the back of the amp now as we switch on the desk. It's just in the bottom corner there. Just on the bottom right hand side. That's it, we're just powering up the desk now, showing you from the front. Just going to wait for the power on. And the fader should move. Just go down to the amplifier and then switch that on secondly. So that's the desk first, and then come down, switch the amps on, and turn them fully up clockwise. So just turn them fully clockwise. It's just output 1 there, and then output 2. And I'm just going to come over to the talkback section. So I'm just looking at the view options on the desk, and basically just thinking, oh, I could be in a different view option, so I'm going to go over to the talkback option and then go to click that view screen. And then I'm going to come over to toggle over to the oscillator. So in the bottom right hand corner, there's some arrow keys that you can use just to toggle over to the right, and then come onto the oscillator. I'm just gonna try and generate some noise out of those speakers. So I've made my speakers coming out matrix 1 and 2. So I've set up matrix 1 and 2 to come out of those speakers. So I'm just going to click around that right hand side column. I'm going to go down to matrix 1. And then I'm going to click the generate button and turn the level up a little bit. Just try and get some noise out of that. And then make sure that I selected either pink noise or a sine wave, depending on if you're doing a sub, maybe you could just have like a sine wave on low frequency. But if you're doing pink noise, maybe you just want to generate some pink noise through matrix 1 and 2, or the main left and right, as I've known here. So if you just got it coming out the stereo bus, then you might just want to generate some noise out the main left and right. But as you can see here, I've just set up matrix 1, 2 and 3. I've got the matrix 3 on the sub because the matrices, I find it a bit tricky. If you set up the sub first, then you end up with like a gap. In the matrices. So what you want to do is set up like left and right, and then you could link them if you wanted to. You can maybe link them, and then you'd have them together, and then put sub on 3. Because if you try and link, say, I think it's like 2 and 3, that doesn't work because it links like 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4. And that's it. Thank you.